What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Action Jackson. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about injury and then camp notes to go over for day 2. So before we hop into the video, I would appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. Of course, if you guys like the highlight reel in the beginning of the video, after the intro, that shout out to John Machota, Kyle Yeomans, Patrick No C Walker. So, and of course, if anyone comes across this video who I got any highlights from, just leave your, just claim it in the comment section in case I forgot anybody. I wasn't trying to forget anybody as I could, but those are the mental notes I kept in my head of the names that I remembered of getting videos off of. So, of course, just to update injury on Donovan Wilson, he's going to be out from 4 to 6 weeks. So, thank God I did my Google research yesterday because I already said that he was going to be gone. If you just Google the injury to fully heal from a sustained calf injury, you'll be gone for 6 weeks. So anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, 4 weeks being the earliest, which is next month, he'll be missing training camp. 5 weeks puts him at the mark of the first week of September, and 6 weeks puts him, I think, 4 to 5 days before our first game against the New York Giants. So basically, he'll be ready week 1, and well, basically we dodged a bullet because if he had been gone for any much longer, we could have been possibly missing him for possibly maybe the first half of the season, or basically the first month of the season. And thank God we didn't have to go through that, and we're able to keep him around. So I haven't heard any updates about Israel Mukwamu, but the name to look out for that safety spot with Donovan Wilson being down is Marquise Bell, 6'3" out of FAMU. So keep an eye out for him. Marquise Bell, if you ask around the Cowboys Nation, especially some of the bigger content creators, they'll say that Marquise Bell is probably going to be our Jaron Kearse replacement eventually when Jaron Kearse gets older, or he outprices himself officially out of Dallas. Then Marquise Bell will step up. So that's really it on the injury part. And something also about the injuries around the league I've been seeing is a lot of soft tissue injury. Joe Burrow, same thing, had a calf strain injury just like Donovan Wilson. It wasn't serious. Jalen Ramsey dealt with a knee injury. That's going to sideline him from 6 to 8 weeks. I know that's something that has to do in their preparation because, real quick story, I know that Von Miller just had a pass rushing camp not that long ago, and he brought on Max Crosby. And Max Crosby has said, he hasn't dealt with any big soft tissue injuries because of how he's been preparing and anything like that. And I just think it comes with the preparation of the players, and that's why you're seeing a lot of soft tissue injuries. And that's where training camp scares me a lot, is you see a lot of injuries, a lot of weird injuries where it's soft tissue, whether it's pectoral, thigh contusion, hamstring, calf strains, anything like that, where it's soft tissues, nothing with the ligaments, and they're out for a long periods of time. That's something that has to do with their preparation, everything like that. Not saying they're doing anything wrong, but something that they can also fine tune in and definitely get better at. So that's why they can don't have to worry about those knick-knack injuries, and they can stay on the field for a little bit longer. So the notes to go over today, shout out to Kyle Yeomans. And he said that Fiocco has rebounded with a solid day, no drops. I know he was getting crucified yesterday about that tipped interception that went to Eric Scott Jr. Love seeing the edge rushers get off the line today. Micah, Dorrance Armstrong, Sam Williams. He thought that the offensive line depth had a rough day, so I saw Matt Waletzko getting beat a lot by Micah Parsons, but that is expected. But he also did say that, but remember, it's no pads. Tolbert and Stevens both shined today. Jalen Tolbert, and then we had a tight end, John Stevens, who had a awesome contested catch at the goal line today for a touchdown. I believe I showed that in the clips as well. And then that was pretty much it from what he had to say today in terms of camp notes. I saw a lot of great route running from Jalen Tolbert as well. I showed that as well as part of the training camp highlights today. Mozzie Smith had an amazing rep today when he was almost broke off the sled and almost drove in our defensive line coach, Aiden Durde, into a brick wall. So there was some highlights to see. Dak Prescott threw an interception to Nashawn Wright. But Jesse Holley, former Dallas Cowboy, broke down film on that of how Jalen Tolbert could have got a little bit better. But still, That's one thing that I love about training camp is you see who really cared and wanted to improve on their game. And Jalen Tolbert is a prime example of that. I know you have other bright spots as well. You know, I'm not only leaving that out. Will Greer, who I'm about to talk about in a minute, had a really great offseason as well and training camp as well for right now. But Jalen Tolbert, that was the first thing that people were mentioning was that from everybody, all his teammates, Dak Prescott, Kelvin Joseph, everyone that had a chance to speak about the Cowboy players, everybody for the most part spoke about Jalen Tolbert and how much of a better player he's becoming. And, you know, it's a big transition from playing from a small school like South Alabama, transitioning into the NFL, being selected as a top 100 pick, and basically being forced by the fans to quickly become a starter because, you know, the situation that the front office put themselves in to where we didn't have a lot of great wide receiver depth. So now Jalen Tolbert coming in as your wide receiver 4. And Dak Prescott had threw a pick to Nation Wright, and that's the clip I showed you guys in the drum roll, you know, leading up to the video. After he threw that pick to Nation Wright, Jalen Tolbert immediately went up to Dak Prescott and said, "Come back to me." So, you know, that's a very good sign right there, saying that, you know, Jalen Tolbert has grown a lot. And like I said, everyone talking about his testament, about his work, how confident he has gotten from year 1 to year 2, how quickly he's picking up the playbook. I showed you guys some of his route running. He made a lot of great catches as well during camp. So, again, it's just a learning process with Jalen Tolbert. And you want a lot of great confidence from your backup receivers because, again, anything happens, underperformances, injuries, mental blunders, NFL is next man up. So if Jalen Tolbert is able to go out there and contribute out there to you, who knows, you know, we might need him in a divisional round matchup. And, you know, they might have Michael Gallup or Brandon Cooks or CeeDee Lamb's number. And then that's when you insert Jalen Tolbert, a corner, Tre'Davious Ward, or Philly's corner, Darius Slay or Bradbury. You know, they haven't seen a receiver like that all day. And you throw out Tolbert, that's something different they haven't seen all year. And that's where Jalen Tolbert becomes your X factor on the offensive side of the football. And he gets a lot of big plays on a lot of crucial first downs and keeps the chains moving. A crucial touchdown, crucial catch, whatever. So that's a lot of great things to see within Jalen Tolbert. Also, high note for Jalen Tolbert, he had made several contested catches during team drills. And so shout out to Divide Talks also coming out with his own notes of training camp as well. But they said that Will Greer is trying his absolute hardest to make the backup quarterback spot a conversation. Noteworthy, he will make the roster because of the rule that was already ruled until 2010. Then they took it out and then they brought back the rule for, like, you know, case in point, like with the Niners and Eagles championship games, and Niners had to go to Christian McCaffrey as a emergency safe proof type of quarterback, and that was because they didn't keep 3 quarterbacks from the roster. So now they're implementing the 3 quarterback rule, which for me should have always been in the league. But that's great that they're already bringing it back, which was already a rule prior, but they're bringing it back. Simi Folk had a very strong day on day 2. He had 0 drops, caught passes in traffic, and hasn't lost any confidence. Shout out to Patrick Nosey Walker. Wide receiver converted tight end John Stevens made an awesome contested catch at the goal line. Another noteworthy note, and I know we're thinking about Zach Martin. This is his 2nd day missing training camp in a row. You know, he texted the offensive line group, per source to Tyler Smith, saying that you all set the tone. I'll be there soon. Basically, you know, Zach Martin really kind of, from his agent, possibly is knowing that he's possibly going to be back out there because they're going to fix his money. I think this isn't much of a discussion that needs to be said here. I think Zach Martin will get his contract. When he does get his contract, I will report on that. But I think Zach Martin is definitely going to get his contract. There shouldn't be. I feel like it should have been done as soon as he said it. As soon as he talked about it, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys should have fixed it right then and there. If they fix it, better late than never, because Zach Martin can easily go back out there, and then we can see our best 5 being demonstrated in training camp. We already seen it right now with Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, then Biotish, and then we're seeing the miscellaneous right guard like Josh Ball and Fournier, and then Terrence Steele getting in his work. So after that Tyler Smith quote, Dak Prescott has said, after being asked about Zach Martin contract situation, he just said, "Pay the man," which is simple like that. Jabril Cox, he's looking twitchy and explosive, especially when compared to last year. I do have a clip that I already showed out there that he had a great tackle, But he was, if that was another opponent, if he wasn't in the Cowboy uniform, he definitely was going to get blown up on that play. And he's looking a lot better this year than he was last year. Like I said, skill positions, they need 2 years, 1 year to recover, 2 years to actually look like themselves again. So Jabril Cox is stepping into the role. I love that. And Schoonmaker is just taking a lot of mental reps, trying to keep up with tight end assignments. That is credited by Patrick Nosey Walker again. So training camp was another solidified day. Defense showed a lot of fire and intensity like what they normally do. Lots of energy from them. I think our defense is always going to be steps ahead of our offense, especially with the changeover from coordinators to West Coast and then Kellen Moore. So I think our defense will always be leaps and bounds, way more in communication with each other than our offense so far. I think that's what training camp is for, everyone to get the kinks out and everything like that, and have all the verbal language get ironed out, and all the communication, where the ball wants to be placed, everything like that. That's the time is for now to fix that. But I love what I've heard so far in training camp. No other major injury news for us on our end, thank God. And hopefully everyone else around the league stays healthy. And that's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.